Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day. Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Hi, you folks. I'm Dan Hollifield. Welcome to Last Man Standing. I don't have the faintest idea how we're supposed to follow Stupid O'Clock's stellar performance this evening, but we're going to try. And I do hope you will excuse me if I take a few moments to finish eating my supper, because I've been busy all day long and have not had time to eat. And I do mean since I woke up this morning. So this is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So excuse me for being rude. But with us we have Aunt Donna, we've got Richie, and Dawn will probably be here shortly.
You know, you always say you don't know how we're going to top last stupid o'clock, and yet somehow we manage.
Well, with a little help from my friends.
Mm-hmm. We get by.
Yes, and get bail. Uh, don't know why that question came up in the previous show, but I don't know what she's planning on doing that she's going to need bail money, but
And it had something to do with what y'all were talking about, the Waffle House. I don't know why she thinks.
I just go there to eat. I don't have anything to do with sketchy stuff there.
mm, Waffles with peanut butter chips on them. 34 days.
Yep. I'm partial
But
to the scrambled eggs and hash browns myself, but everybody's got their favorites.
hey, I got as a diabetic, I gotta watch those carbs, so I'm spending it on waffles with peanut butter chips.
Mm, understood.
Oh, okay. When you have a kitten in the house and you hear funny noises,
All right. What you working on, Richie? You look so intense.
Trying to figure out what processes I need to do because I'm roboting like a mother.
Yep. And here I thought my internet was bad.
It's not my internet; it's my task manager.
don't tell your desk manager to quit it out.
That's what I'm trying to do. It listens as well as I do. Not there.
Hmm.
Okay, fair warning then. Yes, I find my task manager is often trying to tell me what to do. And I just say, yes, dear.
Sure.
If she ever watches this show, I am so doomed.
Yes, you are.
Everybody gotta have a hobby. Mine is getting in trouble. But I do it so well.
One of these nights, Zach's going to have to hang around long enough to come on here.
Hmm? Then again, if he does, you probably never get him in the green room.
No, he's too nice for the humor group. Chris tried to say that he was too nice for the green room, but an action boy.
We know better.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen him find out about John's pickled eggs for Hallowcon.
Oh my goodness.
That was an earthquake of epic proportions right there.
Deviled pickled eggs.
The mind boggles. One wonders if they come with their own hazmat team or what. Okay. Well, I'm sure nobody tuned in to watch me eat. Because I know my mom's not up this late. And believe me, Mom, you better not be watching this show. I know I'm not too old to spank. And not in a fun way.
Yeah.
Or should I have said not in one of the fun ways? Variety is a thing.
So I got on my editor and said, book's done, the cover's done. Why wait till November to put out my next Beth and Hill book? And fingers crossed that I should be bringing it down to Hallowcon with me.
Hooray. That's good news. I still haven't heard anything from from Three Ravens about how far along the next book is in the process. It should be fairly far along. It just depends on how many others are ahead of it in the queue. So, everybody got to wait their turn. I'm content to do that. Don't like it, but I'm content.
Well, we decided, uh, we go through Lulu and you can get your barcode so that you can put it on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. And we decided we're not going to do that anymore. Because when a book sells on Amazon for 10 or 12 bucks, we get less than $3.
Yep.
Sells on Lulu for the same amount, and we get 8. Yeah, I don't need no stinking barcode.
Don't need no stinging markup.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's a hole in the ground. If you're lucky, you got water in it.
I do hope baby's glad that I finally did eat today. And it was stuff she cooked.
We're good.
Mm, damn, was that good. That was the last of the chili she made Tuesday evening before I got home. So, essentially, I have been eating leftover chili since Wednesday. That was the last of it. And I, for one, am sorry to see the last of it because that's some good chili. Hello, Dawn.
Hey, Don.
Sorry, I had to change location. Somebody wanted to go to bed, and
Your lighting's pretty good tonight, though.
that's because I have the big ass light on up over the dining or the living room. I like orange better.
The better to see you with, my dear.
Yeah, well, it's after midnight, and that means it's
We're going to let
my
it all hang out. Yeah.
now it is here. Was it earlier when we were talking about it?
Yeah.
Did I miss anything exciting?
Just any supper.
I
So
took my
we have
shirt
to-
off and I took my shirt off and paraded around the room. Donna fainted.
I wasn't going to tell her about that. I didn't want her to feel like she feel left out.
So what happens when you don't get here on time?
Yep.
Richie never looked up from the drawing pad. Of course, he wouldn't.
He was afraid to.
Time to be single again.
Well, some of us don't have to be single.
Mm.
Somebody was passed out on the couch, came out, and I thought, can I just go back in and do
See?
last week's Sandy? And I
Well,
thought, no, because
That's the thing, Richie. So am I. Oh,
I thought
and I
about just
still keep getting complaints.
What'd you think about Don?
just staying in the bedroom and doing last me and Sandy from there and letting somebody stay passed out on the couch. And then I thought, no, I better not because I don't want to deal with
Oh, you're
Thank
so,
God he doesn't want to.
you're
Thank
so
God.
much nicer than I. There's Chris.
Yep.
I was at the last one.
Excuse me.
Ooh, that'll get
What?
delayed.
Yeah, sorry.
I doubt it seriously.
Got a staff meeting with Joe later today, so since it is after midnight.
Here now too. We were gonna let it all hang down.
Unfortunately, I had my hair cut already, so
Yeah.
can't let
I put
nothing
mine
hang
back
down.
up.
Yeah, I got mine cut Friday morning. So y'all got to see me with semi-long hair Thursday night.
You talk that long to a woman who was in her prime in the 70s and 80s.
I said semi-long, not long.
Yeah.
Because I do remember the mullets and the long hair and the big hair from the 80s and early.
No, I'm not talking about mullets. I'm talking about really good long hair.
Yeah.
It'll be
Like
another.
Gino Vanelli.
Hmm.
It'll be another 6 or 8 months before I need a haircut again. So
Like
I
ZZ
don't know if Rob
Top and Ozzy and
I don't know if Rob is watching, but the butt's back. It's just got looks different because the lighting's different.
Yeah.
your room doesn't look green anymore.
But
it's no
You can
longer
see a
envious.
little bit behind over there. Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks darker than usual. Or is it just me?
it's just the way the light is.
It's
Because
just
right
you.
there.
Because it's not orange, it's not brown, it's kind of green and a little bit pale. But that's fine.
I love how we've discussed my room.
Well, what else of yours do you want us to discuss?
I'm not a huge fan of orange, so
It's a room. It's a room. The couch looks comfortable. Congratulations.
yeah.
I guess
Apparently,
I'll write my new top for Hallowcon then.
And we made you laugh, so it's a win-win situation.
Oh, okay. Just looking to see how many people are not watching us.
Rich is in concentration mode.
Mm-hmm. He was like that during Stupid O'Clock too.
Yes, he's working on something apparently.
Yeah, that's
Shenanigans.
Dawn.
What?
Dawn. It's gonna be Dawn.
Dawn's
You
Taco.
Dawn's Taco.
Why are you making a new? Why are you making a new sign?
One that is not colored, and like I can scan it in and make it look pretty on the computer.
Did
You
anybody
went
else?
all robot on us.
Okay, I'm going to have to run that one through the universal translator.
Yeah.
So I can scan it and then color it in on the computer.
There you go. That I got.
Yeah.
Which is why I redrew the. Hey now.
Oh.
$20 is $20.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a nice, pretty tracing job with my Sharpie pen. My Sharpie pens.
Oh.
Instead of just doing it all in pencil and colored pencil.
I see, said the blind man.
Well, he is working up his own font for this.
Mm-hmm.
And when he is done, he will no longer have to be tracing it out. He will just type it and then color it in.
Yep. Because he's creative like that.
He's brilliant like that. I'm sorry, that's a QR code. I ain't scanning that. That could lead to one of Joe Dog's
Rick rolls.
videos of Rick rolls or
ignoring the QR code. Yeah, it's if I can get it to.
Oh, there's letters. You have caps and lowercase.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, you have to if you got a font in the works.
You don't have to. I could do it all as uppercase font.
But he's trying to.
That'll be popular with people that yell at each other online.
Yep.
That's an idea. A font that is all caps for people that refuse to learn how to type correct English.
Yeah.
I don't type correct English half the time.
Yeah, but you don't use all caps either all the time, do you?
Not generally.
And then there's those who don't use any caps, which I find better than using all caps.
I'm all over the board. It depends on what I'm typing, who I'm typing to, what it has to do with. Sometimes I'm very proper with my sentence structure. Sometimes I'm not.
Well, the ones that use all lowercase are probably fans of E.E. Cummins.
Probably.
Is that God again?
That would be a good excuse, but no, they're usually not that literate.
That was my.
Usually it's all lowercase, no punctuation, no. The entire document, whether it's 70 pages or just a paragraph, is all one paragraph, and then they hit send.
Well, there was a comedian.
And I'm going,
There was a comedian years ago.
And still, I can parse some of that.
There was a comedian years ago that was talking about Robin Givens and Mike Tyson being the most unlikely of couples. Because here he was, the ultimate physical boxer specimen, and she was this smart, talented actress. And the funny thing is, he was doing this routine. He's like, that's an unlikely combination. He's like, wait, Robin, don't turn out the lights. I'm fixing to read me some of these E.E. Cummins.
Look at you go.
So this is what the font actually looks like on the computer as a prototype. I need to come in and sharpen things up a little bit, make things a little bit better. Mm-hmm. But I mean, for
still looks good.
This is only what, the second week you worked on it?
This is still from the first week. So
okay.
So this was 30 minutes worth of work.
You're still in the prototype stage.
Yeah.
You haven't even got to a test launch yet.
Come here.
You're still doing impressive work. I would not be able to come up with the idea, much less do the execution.
Oh, right before 10 minutes ago, he informed me that I have to be ready to leave the house by 11:30 tomorrow morning to watch the Vikings game.
I wondered if he was throwing you out or what. Or is he throwing you out so he can watch the Vikings game or what?
We have to go elsewhere to watch the Vikings game since we're not in that, or we're not in the area.
Yeah, you're in Bears country, aren't you?
Uh-huh. I mean, we're in Bears country, but they're playing the Packers game.
Oh.
Yeah, because they want to see the Packers lose, hopefully, again.
Well, everybody wants to see the Packers lose.
Actually, they're all confused. They don't know who to root for losing. They're not rooting for a winner. They're rooting for a loser, and they don't know who to root for losing.
Yeah. Hopefully, Detroit. After the Falcons beat Green Bay, I'm hoping they go get another win.
I'm a Vikings fan, but to see the Lions pull something out and do something decent, I wouldn't be sad.
Well, they've had so many years of ineptitude. To see them actually putting together a team and a foundation for future success is kind of a good thing to see.
Now that just makes me wonder: is Alice Cooper really a Detroit Lions fan? I mean, he's put them in a couple of songs, so
He might
Alice,
be. He's from Detroit, isn't he?
yeah, I'm saying could
I'm
be a
wondering if
fan.
Bob Seger is.
He could be poking fun at folks.
I
Bob,
wonder if Bob Seger's a Detroit Lions fan.
is Bob still with us?
Yeah, he's still
Oh
alive.
wow!
It was
Didn't know.
Alto. It was Alto that died.
Oh, okay.
He's probably not going to tour anymore now that Alto's died. Alto's been
Well,
with him since 72, 73.
yeah, that kind of partnership is hard to do without once you've experienced the highs and lows and gone through it so many years.
And Alto was a tall guy. I didn't realize he was as big as he was.
Well, when you consider too that Seager's 78 years old.
Yeah. Now he did.
Life on the road's tough.
Yeah. Now I did go to his last show in Atlanta, and he said, "Folks, I'm not touring anymore, but I'm still available for weddings and bar mitzvahs."
Can you imagine how much he would cost?
Hey, if I won the lottery, I'd pay it.
That'd be one hell of a bar bill right there. But you'd have stories to tell for the rest of your life.
Hell yeah, I would. My aunt and uncle would love me even more than they already do.
Anything that keeps you in the wheel.
They ain't gonna have shit for me, but that's fine. I ain't worried about that.
So I was not on Facebook while I was on Stupid O'Clock, and now I'm just kind of scrolling on Facebook. I just came across John Scarborough's post.
What
he
did
already
he
made
say
a meme
now?
of you and posted it.
The what?
He already made a meme of you and posted it.
No, he just posted the picture and said "Angry Dawn," and then laughed at it.
John likes to live dangerously. Remember, he used to play with live ammunition and explosives. Picking on you is just more of the same.
I was going to say, I think I'm a little bit more dangerous.
Well,
Yeah.
here's
He's had OSHA training as well as military training.
the funny thing is,
Just don't let him try and
nowhere
defuse you.
near the intensity and the hatred that gal that they use with the big eyes and the thick glasses and the really short hair that they use in all those memes. You're not as intense and pissed off looking as she is.
Oh, her, the one who's the triggered lady.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And half the time I'm trying not to laugh while I'm doing it, so it's really difficult.
Yeah. It reminded me a little bit more of the AOC where they do the meme of hers, like she's saying something and she's literally taking the literal meaning of the term instead of the actual meaning of it.
I prefer the ones that are trying to respond to what the cat is saying.
Oh yeah, the smudge memes are hilarious. With the gal crying and pissed off and pointing at him and him looking back like, I don't give a crap. It's this.
I'm a cat. Try and hold my interest. I'm a cat.
Yeah.
Those are Smudge the Cat memes.
I just wish you would have cropped out the background. Not everybody needs to see that.
Well, let him know, and then he can work on it.
I said that.
He
Go,
will.
at least crop the background out.
He will fire up a program, do a mask around your entire body, and then green screen you into inappropriate situations.
Yeah,
I
This
would rather
is,
have inappropriate
Or
situations
just
in the bedroom.
this is John we're talking about. Now imagine the inappropriate situations that John can come up with.
or he will have that
My
fiery
body,
background behind you. You know,
or
where
just
everything's in flames
yeah.
behind you.
it's better than my bedroom.
Well, he's probably, like I said, going to have the fiery flames behind you to
I
show
can
you
handle
right.
that. I can handle that. What hit, Donna? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yes, but you will be in Dalton, Georgia in October. Fiery flames may not look so good after that.
Yeah, it's after midnight, so 33 more days.
Uh,
After midnight.
Not that I'm counting or anything.
So
I got
we
33 days to get
Try to
ready.
keep your sanity. You have 33 days to try to keep your sanity.
we had the guy come with the dumpster and clean out the rest of the stuff for Dad's house so they can start showing the house today.
Mm-hmm.
We have possibly 3 or 4 individuals who are wanting to be cash buyers, meaning no mortgage needed. We might. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There was roboting. So we
Ooh,
might be
that
able
would
to
be
close inside of 30 days. If we can close
That's
in
fine.
enough time, I will still be able to come. But otherwise, it will probably be next year.
Okay, well, here's the deal, Rich. If you can do it, if you can get your badge before October 1st, you will get it at a discounted rate. And if you can't attend this year,
it will roll over. It's worth getting the badge now.
Yeah,
Anyway.
and you can always reserve a room after you find out for sure if you're going to close.
That
on
would
it
require
and all
the
that.
checking account to be positive enough to pay for the badge now.
Well, when we took care of Julie, she didn't have a room until we arrived down there, and they still had rooms available.
Yeah. And keep in mind, I assign the rooms so I can stash one away for you.
It pays to know con staff. It really
Especially
does.
pays to know me.
Yeah.
Oh, I've always said that, Chris.
Otherwise, I
You're
would.
talking about the con. Never mind.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to get my favorite room 3 years in a row.
Hey,
Yeah.
Donna. Hey, we have both.
I always try.
I don't know.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Well,
Don and I have an idea.
Well, I started to say I'm pretty sure there's some ideas going around on everyone's parts, but we'll see what actually happens when.
I just like being able to walk out of my room and be able to smell Grillzilla once Megan goes to work.
Mm.
And then I can find my way, even if my eyes will not open, I can find my way to the grill.
Yep.
I can sleepwalk to that wonderful smell of barbecue going on so well.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, she's already promised that she's going to outdo herself this year.
Hmm?
I don't see how. I don't see how, but hey, I'm willing to undertake the experience just for scientific testing purposes.
You're willing to do your part to help humanity and everyone involved.
Yeah, and on Sunday,
I'm just glad that
if there's anything left over, I got a big cooler we can stock up.
Oh, Dan!
I'm still trying to figure out what we're going to do with that 5-gallon tub of barbecue sauce we got back from 2 years ago.
Is it 5 or 8?
Oh, it's American gallons. It's 5.
Poor Zach. He will never live that one down with me.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I reminded him of during the last show. We were having fun with the difference between Canadian gallons and American gallons, and
Yeah. Zach's a good sport.
yes, he is.
He is almost too nice for the green room, but
He's almost too
I,
nice for humanity.
I think he needs to have his horizons broadened, though.
Is he old enough for that? Really?
His world outlook needs to be increased a little bit.
Would you say, Donna, you were really quiet?
I said, is he really old enough for that? I mean,
He just looks young and he acts young because he's polite and Canadian.
I've always wanted to have a Canadian. It wasn't that
Well,
one.
Donna, you could give him an education he never thought about.
He's not the particular Canadian I've always had in mind, but he would probably do.
Hey,
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman's taken these days. No way, he's Australian.
No,
No,
he's
no.
not.
no, he's divorcing.
He's not the one.
I'm serious.
Ryan Adams.
Nope.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
No.
She doesn't want to date anybody that's more dangerous than she is.
Oh, I think he'd be plenty dangerous considering some of the roles he's done.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't talking about Ryan. I was talking about my guy.
Oh,
Who's your guy?
I don't think you'd even know him.
Delish.
Fuck, what's his last name?
no, that's not his last name.
Well,
Hayden Christensen.
see, I wrote him into a story that I. In fact, my writing on his
He an
star,
actor.
he's the actor, and I need in the book he's Jim Purcell. James Purcell.
Okay, is he an actor in real life?
Yes, James Purcell is an actor in real life. He's done several things.
Hmm.
He was.
So that's his real name is Ames Purcell.
Did you ever watch the TV show Counter-Strike? Not the movie, the TV series.
No, but that name is really
Sounds
familiar.
familiar.
That his name is familiar.
He's been in. He's usually a secondary character in most of the movies he's in, but
It was a
Yeah.
series.
it was a series, Counter-Strike.
Who was the actor? Because my connection was goofing up again.
James Purcell, Purcell.
Any relation to Sarah?
I don't know. Is she from Canada?
She was on Real People with Fred Willard and a bunch of others. American actor and filmmaker. Born in Steeltown, Pennsylvania. And
Yeah,
he's
but
won
he was
Canadian
in
acting awards.
Toronto now. I'd have to check his Facebook page again.
For the first
Yeah.
time in 7 minutes?
I check it out occasionally. And of course, Counter-Strike was filmed up there, as
Yeah.
with many pretty good
Well,
action series.
yeah. Oh, he was in the Golden Spiders, a Nero Wolf mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Amber Frey, witness for the prosecution.
Yeah, he's done quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh, he was in Smallville.
Oh,
He was Dr. Christopher Wells, guest star in 2002. Also on Earth, Final Conflict, the show Viper. And he was in Tour of Duty. And Friday the 13th, the series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
8-1 and Supernatural, the Dead Zone,
Yeah.
just like that. And if you look at his picture, you go, "You fallen for that guy?" Yeah, I have. He's not exactly handsome, but there's just something about him.
He's got that je ne sais quoi that's hard to define.
Yeah.
People that it's like you just like there's just something about that person that
He's also the inspiration for Hill and my Beth and Hill's series. And when I had to wear my walking boot for 6 weeks, I named it Jimmy Jack because, if I'm going to sleep with something, I got another name, right? Crisco Boom.
He's just off screen. He has not left the channel entirely. But
gotta be some sort of setting that you guys have, because on StreamYard, on Pop Channel, when you go off your camera, it just goes back to your avatar.
you got to remember, Chris and I have ops.
No, I'm just thinking.
No, she's saying in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I were to go and turn my camera off, I would go to audio only.
Yeah.
I'd disappear from the screen completely.
Right.
Like my window disappears.
But if you look down at your little settings down there, it says stop cam, which you go off camera.
Yeah, but that's the same one you would push, like when I've been on Pop channels, that you push stop cam and it just puts on your avatar then.
Yeah.
It does like in the green room.
It might be that Joe Dog has not sprung for that particular setting.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I used to show my avatar and have it on the same screen with all of y'all, but ever since I guess a year ago when you do it, it just pulls you completely down off the screen.
Yeah. Well, Pops has a lot better backer.
I'm just saying, I don't know, because I don't know the premiere. I'm just thinking.
Well, I wouldn't say anything against Joe Dog's backer.
I had a little private talk with Pops, and I know the numbers, shall we say. There's a reason why he is doing so well, and while they're thinking of Roku. Let's just say that he found someone with more money than sense. He's a really nice guy and decided to invest it in Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Well,
I had to get my drink that time.
Joe Dog's backer has a little bit of money and a whole lot of sense, but
yeah.
and still managed to back Joe Dog. But then I'm stupid that way.
Well, you're good for him.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, seriously, he's going, I'm going to have to shut things down. And I go, what? I can't afford this. How much is it? I got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's only like a week's pay for a year.
Yeah.
Don't tell Lindsay.
Yeah.
Famous last words.
Well, as long as she don't watch it, you're in good shape.
Why would she watch me? We're married.
Hey,
As it turns out, this is the week she decides to watch.
She might watch because I'm on here.
Remember the other week she was in the chat.
In the chat, yes.
She was watching, yes, and I'm going, damn. Usually you're asleep by 9 in the evening. What, the dog have insomnia? What?
That, and she probably saw I was on.
Oh yes, she is one of your cheerleaders in your fan club. Let me tell you.
So we have to include her too, Donna.
If we can, she's a little bit shy. Like
she doesn't like being on camera.
No. Our other plans for Hallowcon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. His first fan club.
Their diabolical plot to make me blush and God knows what else.
God knows what else. That's what you should be more afraid of.
That's supposed to be.
Donna's like, I got some ideas, sweetie. I got some ideas.
Just remember what my churches are known for.
Let's just say Joe Dog's not the only one with a Ryder truck going to be sitting in the parking lot.
Well, as long as we keep the Russian contingent out, because I don't know if I can handle them and all of y'all chasing me, cheering me on, and God knows what else.
You're on your own, boy.
Hey, it's not for wimps.
Neither is old age. I'm working that pretty well.
Yeah, well.
Did you hear that yet, Donna? You and I are for wimp.
I gotta keep Hallowcon on the rails.
There are no rails.
Yes.
We'll let you.
There are, but they're not narrow gauge, so there's room for some swerving.
But where Joe's involved, it don't take much to get them off the rails.
Yeah, really. Try keeping Joe Dog on the rails. Not even his Donna can manage that.
Anybody else want to take on that task?
Not on your freaking life.
I already bested Joe Dog once.
Yeah. That's why it's getting John to make the pickled deviled eggs. Try to get back at you in his own little way. Hoist by his own petard.
Yeah. I probably should have kept my mouth shut about that, but damn it, John just likes poking the bear.
And so you give him more ammunition.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry, I have plans.
You said it, Chris. I got blamed for Aunt Donna.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get somebody to hold John, and I'm gonna duct tape him right to Joe's posterior face first. There you go, John. Get your good whiff.
Hey, stop that. That's the fucking that I've almost spit. First time I was waiting for you.
Guess what, John? I'm feeding him some more.
Don't threaten them with a good time.
I was gonna say, you remember, John's been through tear gas and all that stuff.
Tear gas ain't got nothing on Joe when he's got some incubate, ferment, and unleash upon the world.
All I'm saying is anybody that puts carrots in chili has got something serious going wrong upstairs.
I know, right?
Now watch, John. Watch this and get back at me somehow. And it won't be difficult.
It depends on how thinly they're sliced.
No,
Cut.
no.
No.
Don't be putting carrots into it, and don't be putting it in my chicken noodle soup either.
Oh, I like carrots in chicken noodle.
I don't like no carrots in my chicken noodle soup. No.
I don't like celery in
Chicken noodles broth. That's what. Oh. And then he said put lemon on sweet tea. I don't even like lemon in regular tea. If I want lemon, I'll drink lemonade. The mint now, that sounded good.
Mint is good, and also if you, like I said, cut you a little slice of lime and put it in it.
I'm not sure about lime.
I did
try it once just to see what it was like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily want a steady diet of it, but some every now and then, that's a nice little flavor kick.
Mm-hmm.
It pairs actually well with it. And if you put bourbon in with the mint in the tea, you got a mint julep.
Works for me. Oh, my second fiance got me hooked on mint tea. And Southern sweet tea ain't got nothing on Arab sweet mint tea. It took me a long time to cut back on that sugar and the mint tea.
Well, here's the thing. You can get sweet tea too sweet.
Yeah, you've been to church, haven't you?
Well,
church social when 15 different little old ladies make the tea, and all of them are too sweet.
Well, here's the thing I'm thinking. Of the mass-produced teas that are made by the major soda companies, Pure Leaf is really syrupy. It's too sweet. Gold Peak is about
They
perfect.
do make it. Pure Leaf does make it unsweetened.
Yeah. Gold Peak has 4 ingredients in it.
I'm trying to think which one I
sugar and something else. That's just it.
So
all these others have all this.
So when we go to the Chinese buffet, I always take my little flask along with some peppermint vodka in it so I can have some mint tea.
There's one of the teas I can have. Only one out of all the bottled teas. I've only found one that really I do drink the Arizona green tea, but there's too many risks on the other ones.
Oh, I know that feeling.
But I couldn't drink Pure Leaf because I tried it one time and it was just too syrupy. Way too much sugar.
That's why I buy the unsweetened Pure Leaf. That's the only one that I will buy. Out of all the different flavors they've got. The unsweetened
Now,
is just tea, and I like it that way.
one of my best experiences with Gold Peak was when I tried their slightly sweet tea. It was actually pretty good, but unfortunately, it's one of those deals where it wasn't as popular as the other flavors, so they quit
They had to
stocking it.
quit making it because it wasn't selling as well as the.
So I think essentially what you have to do is buy the unsweetened and the regular and mix the two together until you get something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Chemistry. Enter living through chemistry.
Is the Pure Leaf the one in the square bottle?
Yes.
That's the one I can have. And I'm a masochist.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
I'm a masochist. I like unsweetened tea.
I like unsweetened tea sometimes.
I like it. I prefer unsweetened tea. And I drink my coffee black because I want to taste what I'm drinking, not a load of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
But my coffee's got cream.
Oh,
Well, whatever floats your boat.
Flirt my skirt.
excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Wow. Allergic to tonight?
Suddenly, another
Evidently something
SpaceX
got
rocket went
stirred
into
up.
orbit.
Right.
Yeah, I tried to tell somebody I sneezed hard. Forgot who it was.
You
It
what?
was so dark there was.
Gesundheit. I think that was us the other night.
Gesundheit.
Yeah. I'll be back momentarily.
Thanks for the warning.
Must have got something on him.
Mm-hmm.
He must have asked to get sounded the camera.
Yeah, I decided to leave it on so you wouldn't wonder where I went to.
More yesterday because I took my bestie to get the stitches out of her thumb, and while I was waiting, I decided to avail myself of the toilet. And as I go in, and this is the same clinic that where I had my foot surgery done 5 years ago. Just as I'm closing the door, I hear them call for Donna. And I almost answered and I thought, no, I don't have an appointment here.
You've got an appointment right there.
So I close the door and it's one of those little push lock things. And I push it. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's locked. Go about my business and I'm just finishing up when the door opens. And my first thought is, my God, they're coming after me.
That's teaching you not to answer the PA.
No, evidently the lock didn't take, and some poor lady almost walked in on me.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh, she was mortified.
I'd be lucky she didn't walk in on some of Joe's.
She wouldn't have walked in.
Cooking.
That's what you call a vapor barrier.
Yeah.
She like, oh my God, how about a courtesy flush? I already flushed twice. My God, it still stinks that bad.
Look, the exhaust fan doesn't have a high gear, okay? Oh, Lord.
The exhaust fan probably died. It's like, really?
Oh, at work, the evening housekeeping crew comes in just about the same time that I'm getting ready to clock out. And with my biology, getting ready to clock out sometimes involves sitting down in a stall. Not always, but sometimes. And I hear this knock, 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 knock. Housekeeping. I'm going, sorry, honey. This one's busy. Just mop around it. She goes, yeah. Is that you? I go, yeah, it's me. How you doing? I'm going,
Just
this
the
is a little,
time when you want to have a little conversation with
yeah,
someone.
this is not really the time I want to have a conference call.
Yep.
That's Southern manners. Somebody talking to you, and
I'm
she's
having a coffee day, but that's about.
she's grandmotherly, so you got to be respectful and don't be rude and not say anything. But really, what you should
Otherwise,
be
she'll
rude
come
and
right
not say
in.
anything. No, I know that door locks. Uh, got that
Well,
sucker bolted and got the wallet hanging against the fanny pack hanging against the door. Did take a forklift of us through there, and
well,
they're a
you
little bit
know,
narrow to get down the hallway.
all the toilets at any Carl's it has there's a key to get in because every one of them has a call bell in case you like slip and fall or something happens and you need help. Um, you can unlock the door and come in and get you. And for some reason, that's where my mind went because they were coming after me. I was kind of happy to see it was just I didn't get that damn door locked well.
Oh,
And you pull on one of those cords, and they're there, right there, because I had to do that one time when I was helping my mom, and I couldn't help her, and I had to call someone.
wow, this has been 3 weeks in a row. I've actually got a chat window for YouTube showing me last man standing, and I'm going,
Nice.
well, it's very useful because I say showtime, and then I don't say anything to anybody else in chat for the rest of the night. I'm too busy running my mouth live on the stream. So
You must be in a different room than I am, because you're not.
I didn't say anything except that right at a minute after the show started.
Which came after my "Hey everyone."
That's it.
Yeah, and it's in the comments here, but it's not in the room over here. And you've got two rooms on YouTube, you know.
Yeah. But one of them's stupid o'clock. The other one is mine, which reminds me I need to keep going back and adding the show that just ended to the playlist
Mm-hmm.
because I forget that for 2-3 weeks in a row sometimes, and I've got to go back and keep scrolling down and keep adding. Then I'm going, oh, it's just going to be in the right order. Nobody's going to complain. Nobody watched it the first time. Nobody's going to watch it on the replay. It'll be all right.
Hey, I watched them on the
anybody-
replay, that specific one.
We wonder why.
Because I wanted to she's never on, so I wanted to see Trey, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm gonna go with. You don't believe me, do you?
Too bad she can't be here more often.
This is
Oh, I
true.
know. She's a doll.
Oh, yeah.
Who we talking about?
Trey.
Yes, Trey is awesome.
Trey is fun.
What the? Okay. This is the wrong time of night for that idiot to be on the road.
That's why he's an idiot.
I I was just sitting here thinking, well, that's probably the cop that lives up at the end of the road.
Mm.
Does 75 mile an hour and a 35 mile an hour curve.
Ew. That was genius.
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen the latest "Don't Text and Drive" commercial?
No.
It's a professional race car driver, and he's Formula One. As he's zooming around the track, and he's texting, and all of a sudden his car just flips. And it says if a professional driver can't text and drive, then you shouldn't either. And about that time, that's kind of yeah, putting it right out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Definitely need to take some Advil here later.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like I bumped my head on something and squashed a couple of vertebrae.
Yeah.
You'll know if he's with the vertebrae.
Well, I feel like I know right now. And yes, I did think about that immediately after I opened my big fat mouth. Unfortunately, I had already inserted my foot, and
it's overrated. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I went to lay down today. Buddy was laying on the bed, and I went and lay down next to him to cuddle with him. And I happened to turn up and look. Like, oh my God, my back popped. I'm like, oh.
Been waiting for that.
Ooh.
It felt good anyway.
Yes.
I'll be doing PP, and I'll be like, oh, something popped. They're like a good pop or bad pop. I'm like, give me a second. Think about it.
Well, I've got to admit, we're not being as rapid fire tonight as we have been in previous weeks.
Yeah.
I Saturday I've been staying up for a while. But I'm tired.
The last month or two has been a little
you
bit.
had a very trying week with all the tests and the catching up, and
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I'm going to lose my helper here in a couple of weeks. His 90-day temporary is going to go back, and he's going to go back into maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to ask him, well, you're going to bid on this job when Dan's retired? And he's going to say, no, because I've seen how much work it is.
Yep.
And my supervisor was telling me he's still trying to get it through corporate to override the plant manager that wants to get rid of the job. And corporate still wants the test results.
Yeah.
And we all know that the shift quality people are not going to have time to do this stuff. They've got too much to do on their own team.
Yeah.
Much less take care of everything I do.
There's already enough on their plate.
Yep. And I told him there's a young lady that has already been qualified quality control, and she was interested in bidding on the job when I retire before somebody decided that it would be a good idea to get rid of it. And I said, look, well, she's got a warehouse job right now. But I told him, go out there and sweet talk Misty. She wanted this job before. She would be the perfect person. She already knows more about quality control than anybody we've got now, including me.
Wait. Are you talking about in her quality control for him?
Well, quality control for the factory.
Oh, okay. You said Misty, so I thought you had something going on with
No, that's just the young lady's name.
Mm-hmm.
She's a sweet little girl. I enjoy her company enormously. She's much fun to be around. I can understand why she and her husband have been together for so many years, and she's absolutely adorable. Her daughter is about. Oh no, she's still in high school, or just
Yeah.
about to graduate high school. Started to
Yeah.
say my son's age, but no, about 20 years younger than my son. Um, he's married, so he better not know her. Um,
Mm-hmm.
still, hey,
What?
So you trying to say the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree?
let's just say that of all the boys I've raised, there hasn't been a single one that does not have an eye for a pretty girl.
Yeah. Well.
Uh, none of my genetics were involved, but
Yeah.
That's called nurture.
Mm-hmm.
I have been an influence. I hope in a positive way.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, there's nothing wrong with appreciating beauty in all of its forms.
exactly, and really having the
Try to
variety
explain that
of appreciation.
to my wife.
If I said it convincingly enough, you might have wished I hadn't said it.
No, she almost left me because during the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing um, scene where one of the vampire chicks turns back from the scary bat thing to her human self, I just jokingly said that she cleans up nice.
Oh,
I don't know how much of that robot did, but I said she cleans up nice.
We understood every, we understood every word. Yes.
Our
Yeah.
argument.
Oh, wow.
She tore into you like Shaggy into a bunch of Scooby snacks.
No, she got pissed off and walked out and damn near walked back to her parents' place, which was a
Oh,
45-minute drive away. Not a 45-minute walk, a 45-minute drive.
Wow.
Luckily, my sister-in-law was there because it was actually my sister-in-law's place,
Mm-hmm.
and managed to talk her down off the ledge. Now she's not nearly that bad anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I
But a lesson was learned that day on your part.
Animal Cops. So Animal Planet used to have the show where the Humane Society would police stuff, and so it was Animal Cops Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, Animal Cops Miami. So when they cut to commercial and cut away from commercial, of course, they show scenes around the city. Why the hell am I lagging so bad? But they show scenes around the city. So they cut to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
I look up to look at my son who's standing next to the TV, who's doing something goofy. Son's doing something goofy next to the TV. I'm looking at him. Just as it cuts to commercial, Misty thinks I'm staring at
Beach Girls.
bikinis on screen. Yes. You stare long enough? I'm like, I don't know. He's not doing it anymore. I'm seeing if he's. Yeah, that. Again, she's much better now. That was about a year into our marriage. But she's much, much better now. Thank God.
I have a sneaking suspicion that somebody gave her a reason to distrust men before she ever met you.
Her ex-husband.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, we have.
She wasn't this way with him, and then he did the shit that he did.
Yeah.
But if it hadn't been for him doing
she
that
never
shit,
healed from
you
it.
might not have ever met her.
Yeah, and it's exactly the same thing. It's it's as much as I want to beat the ever loving hell out of her ex for the stuff.
You also want to thank him for sending her your way.
Her, and my kids.
Yeah.
Well, it's often the fact that previous relationships make it much harder for the present relationship to work as smoothly as it would have if those previous relationships had not been disastrous or happened at all.
Yeah.
It's a wonder I'm as well adjusted as I am. Because I had a couple of doozies before I met Lindsay. And
yeah, well, it also helps you appreciate Lindsay more than you might have otherwise done so if you hadn't had
No.
I said might.
Well, I mean, she's awesome in her own right. I mean, I wouldn't have needed bad experiences to know that being with her is a good experience. She does kind of tiptoe around a few things because she knows my past history and what kind of things happened before. And I wish she wouldn't because it's making her less free to be herself. Which I'd rather she be herself and just, I go, ouch, but it's okay. Instead of her thinking I'm just going to get really angry. And has anybody here ever seen me angry? I doubt it seriously.
No.
There's only one time, and unfortunately, I wasn't around to see it.
Oh, I've seen you moderately.
Yeah, you've seen me protective of someone that I cared about. Yeah.
Yeah. But you were as polite and civil about it as you could be, but you were still noticeably upset, annoyed, and mad.
Well, yeah. Now imagine that without the brakes.
Yeah. That would be.
I fight that every day because there are circumstances, mostly at work, none of them at home, that provoke that reaction, and I still have to slam on the brakes.
Because Dan, dealing with people that don't really want to work, just there to collect a paycheck, you have to constantly go back behind and fix their crap,
and clean up after
you get tired of it.
And it
gets old quick.
There's others that have unrealistic expectations of how to do the job and what the job is, and why you are worth being paid what you get paid.
And the bad part is they want a bunch of yes men that don't question their authority, that don't think, that blindly do what they say, and they don't stop to think about the bad that goes with what they see as good.
And that's why I have trouble with them, because I have absolutely no difficulty in telling someone how stupid their ideas are.
Yeah, and they don't like that because they're
No,
supposed to
they
be
don't.
smarter than
I have told many of them, look, if you want somebody that's going to agree with everything you say, don't ask me anything. If you want somebody that's going to be brutally honest, ask me a question. Usually
if
they
you
don't
want
talk to me
someone that's
anymore.
going to help you achieve your goals.
Well, I'll do that. I will do that as long as they see it as constructive criticism.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to tear anybody down,
but you're
but
also trying to
I am not going to. If the emperor is wearing no clothes, I'm going to tell him he's got knobby knees, and the guys are going to laugh at him in the locker room.
yeah, you're also going to tell, look, you're doing something wrong here. And even if you're doing everything else right, this thing here is going to ruin everything because so much is dependent on this key area here that you insist on doing this way, which is wrong.
The keys are think it through. The initial idea may be outstandingly brilliant, but if the application is going
Hmm.
to be reducing the effectiveness of that original idea to, boy, I shouldn't have had done that. You got to think things through, um,
Mhm.
and not just, oh, if everything works right,
Yeah.
what can we do,
And they
and
don't
how do I
realize
cope with it? Yeah,
how interconnected things are, and that this one thing can affect so many other things. And if you don't take that into consideration and allow for it and make corrections for it, then it's going to mess other things up.
yeah. And then there's always the point where, oh, well, this is a good idea, and I go, well, yeah, but we tried that 25 years ago and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we tried it 20 years ago and it still didn't work. We tried it 15 years ago and it still didn't work. We can try it again, but I can promise you it's still not going to work.
Yeah.
Brutal honesty is not something people in charge of a workforce want to hear,
Mhm.
In
except
charge of anything.
except in rare instances where they value that sort of uh, this is the voice of experience talking feedback. Insanity is doing the same exact thing in the same exact way over and over again,
Hmm.
expecting a different result. Wisdom is looking at all the ways that didn't work and go, why is that? How can we do this differently this time without screwing it up?
Yep. But that requires a willingness to admit that you might be wrong. And most people in leadership don't have that mentality.
Well, I do. And it's a good thing I'm not in leadership, let me tell you.
Yep. It's a good thing I'm not too, because I probably wouldn't last long.
Mm.
Because if you're doing something stupid, I'm probably going to tell you that it's stupid. I'll try and be nice about it.
Hmm. But with some people, it
But
doesn't matter how nice you are telling
yeah,
them they're doing something stupid. They're going to
well,
get really upset. You're supposed to say, yes, sir. I will when you're right. That doesn't go over well either.
yeah, I mean, you know, the good thing is
Oh,
that you've only got, what, 12 and a half, 13 weeks left?
13 weeks starting Monday.
I was like, I know we're waiting for
All I have to
November.
do all I have to do is wait for 2nd of January, but fill in all the forms for my vacation time. Come in for half a day in mid-February.
So we are.
And wave bye-bye as I leave the parking lot.
Yeah.
Is that
It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun.
Well, I probably would just drive out playing "We Are the Champions" through the car stereo. I
I think
win.
it's some
Bye
other
bye.
songs that you can play.
Yeah, or you could,
Naughty paycheck.
take his job.
Yeah.
And shit.
Actually, I've seen him live. It's not a bad show.
Here's another possibility, Dan. You could play Del Armatry's "Kiss This Thing Goodbye."
Actually, I told my supervisor, look, when y'all figure out that you can't do what I used to do, I will come back for a consultant's fee. $1,000 a day after taxes, whether I'm there 5 minutes or 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing y'all, that'll only take me about 7.5 minutes to figure out what's going wrong and tell you what it is.
Yep.
Okay, guys, I hate to do this, but I'm crashing.
Okay,
I did pretty good considering this is the first time I've been on Sunday Night Last Man Standing for what, 3-4 weeks now?
It's good.
Should we flirt with you more?
Well, you can do that whether it's Last Man Standing, Secret O'Clock, or just in general. I like being flirted with. Honestly, though, I'm tired tonight. Plus, now I know. Then I got that whole. But it's okay.
I may have to wake up early enough in the morning to make sure that
There's a charcoal in
Lindsay doesn't have to use the charger on her car before she can go to work. It's got that parasitic drain on the battery that keeps making it go dead if she doesn't drive it every day. And it's been a couple of days since the last time she drove it, so
definitely want to make sure that thing is there a charcoal siding there, Donna?
I have Callie in the recycle box asleep and charcoal between my feet just staring at him.
Don't forget to recycle your cat.
You're in my box, little brother.
Oh no, she doesn't like boxes. She doesn't do boxes like most
really?
cats. Yeah, I know.
So she's probably looking at him like, "What's wrong with you?"
I'm quite fond of boxes.
She usually does have that look on her face when
I heard that, Dan. You didn't think anybody heard you do it.
Well,
he was trying to camouflage it with Donna's and me talking.
I'm gonna say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
All right.
Good night, Grace.
Good night, Don. Rest well.
Good night.
Well, she didn't do too bad. We only have a half hour left.
Yeah.
Really? And Donna's not going to complain too much about being left alone with 3 strange men.
We're not that strange.
Speak for yourself.
In terms of her not knowing us, we're not that strange.
Well,
that kind of strange. Yeah.
Well, Lindsay did take the fact that I had bought a stereo and set of speakers that she didn't know about before the boxes came out and got unpacked. She didn't take that badly at all. Usually she apologizes over spending money, but she doesn't say a word when I spend money.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with you, woman?
Yeah.
Other women will go, oh, you spent money on yourself. Oh, right. Yeah, no. It's exactly the opposite. Oh, you spent money on yourself? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. You should do that more often.
Well, I would if I didn't feel so damn guilty about spending money on myself. It's like
Yeah.
I've spent my entire life saving,
Yeah.
and when I let down the barriers and actually spend a few pennies, uh, I expect to be fussed at for it, but
Mm.
it ain't happening with this wife. She's. I mean, I have finally got her to quit giving me a breakdown of how much she spent on what. It's like, you don't have to report to me. I'm not in charge of what you buy. I don't have to approve you doing anything. If you feel like you need to do something, do it. If you feel like you need to buy something, buy it. It's not going to break the bank.
Yeah.
Seriously, they'll print more money. I get my share.
Yeah, but it's also kind of sweet and endearing that she thinks so much of you that she wants to do that for you.
Well, it's a holdover for one of her exes.
Yeah, I understand that, and I
Y-
know that's irritating, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't want her to think of me in the way that she's got to explain everything that she has done.
yeah, I
I mean,
mean, you want her
that
to
just
be happy.
yeah. I
You're
mean,
making a
that
living for
was
both of
just
y'all.
rude on his part.
Yep.
And to think that he's got her brainwashed that she's still doing it after we've been married 15 years, 17 years. Um, no.
He's an asshole.
So his children are fond of telling him. Oh, here's one for the books. His mother likes me better.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
as the saying goes, you can love someone and not like them very much.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's her relationship with his her ex's mom's relationship with her son.
yeah,
She loves him, but she doesn't like the way he does very much.
yep. Uh, keep I keep hoping one day he'll grow up, but I don't see it's going to happen. I don't see it's going to happen.
Dan, if he's past a certain age, the chances of it happening are highly unlikely.
This is definitely a highly unlikely circumstance. Um,
It is what it is.
well, I feel sorry because he missed out on so much.
Well, that's his fault. And the thing about it is people have to realize they can make the choices they make, but if they're bad choices, there are going to be consequences for those actions that they're going to have to live with. And they might be okay with it at the time it happens, but later on, they're going to realize they possibly missed out or ruined something that could have been really special.
I'm glad that I have a really good relationship with Lindsay's first husband,
Yeah.
the father of her oldest girl.
Mhm.
He and I have agreed to be co-fathers, and she loves it. The daughter, she absolutely loves it.
Mhm.
She's got two dads. I keep going, no, you got a dad and you got a father.
Yeah.
I'm not your father, but I've been doing my best to be your daddy.
Yeah.
So, and he had, they split up because of outside influences. Was not something either one of them wanted to do. It just happened long before I was ever in the picture. About 20 years before I was ever in the picture.
Yeah, well.
So, and oh, God bless him, he survived cancer for almost 10 years now.
Nice.
And hey, the longer he keeps going, the better I like it. Um, I do not want to be there on the day that his daughter and my wife have to say goodbye. That's not going to be.
Looks good, Rich.
That is nice and dark.
That's the second attempt.
It's a lot clearer than the first one.
Yeah, I went over with a Sharpie pen instead of just doing it all in pencil and having it scanned in pencil. So the first one was the prototype, my proof of concept.
There you go.
Can't tell I've been in IT, too long. Proof of concept.
Are you going to do the font itself just open like that, or are you going to do a couple of versions with colors already added?
Oh, now you got thinking.
That is a thought.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it with the program that I'm using, which is free, with the actual colors. But in theory, I should be able to port this over into like a Photoshop or a GIMP, and then use the color paint tools in there to fill in the text.
Photoshop's got that automatic mask setting that works most of the time, or at least the student copy that I got years ago has that, and it works fairly well. I've had to use it a couple of times. I still wish that Corel Draw had never bought micrographics, because that was the most awesome graphics program I had ever used, and now it's almost unusable as part of Corel Draw.
No, I love Corel Draw. Of course, I got mine.
Well, yeah, it's a perfectly good program, but I got a free copy of micrographics with a flatbed scanner back in the day, and it turned out it was awesome. I could do anything with that as long as I was patient and was willing to do the masking with a greatly enlarged view of whatever it was I was trying to do the mask on, to make sure I got every pixel in the right place. But it's almost impossible to do that with Corel. It's definitely impossible to do that with Photoshop. It's just there's too many hoops to jump through to get that level of detail with that fine a cursor and get it to do what you want to do without having it somewhere in the process have the mask jump all the way off screen and you got to start all over again because there's no undo. And if you hit the undo, it undoes the entire thing, not just the last click you made.
I never had a problem with that.
On the other hand, I'm getting lots and lots closer to being able to do my next oil painting. All I have to do is finish the story that the oil painting will be the cover for, and then I can start the painting.
Now, see, Rich, I would have thought you'd put the green in for the $20.
Oh, I will. It's just the only one I've done so far is the now, and I'm starting on the hay. The blue was the first one I picked up.
Oh, that's blue. It looks green on my screen.
Well, you got to make hay while the sun shines.
Gee, there's nothing wrong with making hay in the dark.
When I'm lying in the hay, it's only hay, hay, hay.
Suddenly I'm reminded of Terry Gore in Young Frankenstein.
Sorry, little fall guy.
So I'm taking my bestie to the doctor yesterday, and I we're both looking at the corn and the beans, going, "Yeah, we're going to be able to get that in before it snows this year." And pretty soon I'm like, neither one of us have been on a farm for years. And it's that old adage of you can take the girl off the farm, but you can't take the farm out of the girl.
It's like riding a bicycle. You don't forget. You might have to practice a little bit to pick it back up, but you don't forget.
Yeah.
It's like farming. I'm never going to forget that it's a whole lot more fun when you got a 12-pack of beer on the side of the tractor.
I don't know. I don't think I could drive some of those tractors that they've got nowadays. Those things are complicated. Besides having to use a ladder to get up into them.
Well,
You just put it in third gear and drop the plow.
We used to amuse Carl. We've not gone to the Georgetown Fair in quite a while now, but whenever we did, I had to stop by the farm machinery to check out all the new models and climb up on the new tractors and go, "Ooh, this would have been nice 30 years ago."
Yeah, really.
Air conditioned calves. Oh, that means they got climate. It's just plain climate control. Nice. Padded seats. Oh, what I wouldn't back then.
oh well.
I got lucky. The tractors Daddy bought, the seats were already padded, and the big one even had armrests. So you just got one hand in the middle of the lower center of the steering wheel, and you're just going along, making sure it don't make any sudden turns. You get to the end of the row, and you haul up on the hydraulic lever and raise the plow, hit one of the brakes so you can make a right turn all the way back to 90 degrees the other way. Drop the plow, lean back, make sure it's a straight line.
Seats on all of the tractors are back then, were kind. Pure metal.
I remember those.
Yeah, after a few hours on them, you're going, move around a little bit. Isn't it your turn yet to drive? No, okay.
Go by the house and get an extra chair cushion and put it in.
Well, my brothers were lucky. There were only 2 years between the two of them, so when they were helping Dad, they could shift off. But by the time I got old enough to drive at the age of 10, they were long gone. If I was 10, they would have been 19 and 21.
They'd already moved out by then, by no farm boys.
Dave, the one who's 9 years older than I was started a family at 16, and Dale spent a couple years in the army, and then married his first wife when he was 18 or 19. So yeah, they were long. I wouldn't say they were long gone because they were still in the neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
but they had jobs. They had, Dale had a wife to support, David had kids to support, and there I was. Fortunately, we had some nice neighborhood boys who came over once in a while to help and other things.
I wonder why that was.
Because farm boys are nice and helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And they got an eye for the cute little redheaded girl. Just like Charlie Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
And they're not afraid to put it in a days of hard work.
That too.
That too.
And they're not afraid of a girl who'll drive a tractor either.
No.
That'd
Somebody else to help with the gathering or harvesting or whatever they're doing.
That would definitely be on the list of things to look for.
Well, my mama had to learn how to drive a tractor because she was a town girl.
Mm-hmm.
But people thought when I was very little, that I played with toy tractors because I had older brothers. No, my mama drove a tractor, so I played with tractors. And when it was time for me to learn to drive, I learned on a little Ford tractor.
Mm-hmm.
And if you run across a bumblebee nest while you're bush hogging, you learn how to speed shift a Ford tractor,
Mm-hmm.
which comes in handy.
Never had that problem.
As long as you can keep them under the bush hog where it's slicing them up, you're all right. As long as you got the RPMs up high enough for PTO.
The trouble is they hunt you down after you're about 10 feet away.
Oh yeah, I know they're tenacious assholes.
You were doing 3 miles an hour until you go, let's see if this thing will go from low range to high range while I go from second to fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or actually second to eighth.
What's interesting is when you've got a three speeds on the thing. You've got snail, you've got turtle, and then you got rabbit.
Yep. That one had a turbo, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And that turbo added another 30-something horsepower. Unfortunately, that was shifting from rabbit to turtle.
Mm.
Extra power did not mean extra speed.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay, it's finished. And I like how you had the 20 done in green. The color of cash.
Yep.
I think that's ready to scan.
Yep.
You're ready for your close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Well, no, that one's printed off using the new font.
Oh!
Nice!
Yep.
That is printed from the new font. And then I just colored it. I colored it in with a colored pencil by hand.
Yeah.
So the previous font didn't have a $ and didn't have digits.
Yeah, it does. So you
Yep.
just scan it.
Well, no.
Kudos to you.
That's what I've been doing most of the time is doing the thing to scan the font. This is actually printed out from Word using the new font.
There you go.
Nice. Good job.
Kudos to you. Well done.
Now put that on your resume.
I've got a magnifying glass so I can actually see, because that's getting a little bit too detailed trying to write in that tiny little freaking box.
Mm.
Are you guys fighting now?
No, Richie and I are behaving nicely.
They laying about a foot across, and somebody went, ew.
Oh, of course it'd be in the photo and graphics. Silly me.
10-minute warning.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know how you really don't want it to end, but it's got to?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that way every week. It's too much fun to be around y'all.
But you gotta get your rest.
Yeah. Because I've got shit to do. I can't stay up all night.
No, Dan, and even if you do 30 minutes or an hour or don't do it at all, we'll support you whatever you do.
Yep.
We're not talking about calisthenics. I've got chores.
I understand, and even if you can't do it, that's fine too. Just let us know.
You're talking
We'll
about
support
making
you
you
whatever
go.
you decide.
I'm talking about the plumbing. That's
Yeah,
not
that takes precedence.
that's not one of the jobs that's going to be fun to do. Even though I probably will be better off if I wear swim trunks while I'm doing it. That shut-off valve, I swear, if the damn thing would just close, this would be a whole lot easier. But no,
No, it's not going to be easy, Dan, because
I'm going to
life
have to
has a
take a
tendency to
pipe
want you.
wrench and undo the pipes while the water is on.
Yeah, I always did like a challenge, didn't you?
I like a challenge, but I'd like it to be a surmountable challenge rather than one of those that's Kobayashi Maru challenge. You know?
Yeah, he would like for it to be a way less bigger pain in the ass than it's turning out to be.
Well, once this unfortunately going to be nasty part of the job is done, the rest of it's going to be really painless.
Ugh, pardon me.
And somewhat easy.
Well, yeah, I mean, seriously, to fix the leak under the house, I had to go and basically once the shutoff valve actually works, turn that off at the wheel, go into the house, take off the emergency splice that didn't work, take the little copper pipe cutting tool and scroll it around the copper pipe till it goes, hey, I'm in half, and then put in the shark bite connector.
Yep.
And it's done. I mean,
Yep.
that particular square inch of that pipe is not going to spring a leak ever again.
Yep.
That particular square inch of that copper pipe. I just have this nightmare vision of me being 80 years old, crawling into the house and trying to find a place to put a new shark bite connector in a copper pipe that's all shark bite connectors.
I understand.
Yeah. One of these days I'll wise up and just go ahead and replace it with a new plastic pipe that's not PVC and doesn't burst when the water in it freezes. It just kind of swells up a little. And then
You talking about that PEX vinyl?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I know technology marches on, but that stuff would have been useful 65 years ago when the house was being built.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I am going to like once we get the shut-off valve in place, I'm going to replace the entire assembly I've got in PVC pipe for the household water filters, so that
Mm-hmm.
I can change them standing up, and they
Mm-hmm.
actually make them now where they have their own individual cutoff valve. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to have an external. It cuts it off from the top of the water filter. So you can take the little plastic housing off, pull the crap filled filter off, put a new one
Mm-hmm.
on, put the plastic back on, open the valve again.
Yep.
I have needed that for a long time. Um,
So,
I don't care if the damn things cost $40 a piece. I'm going to buy several of them.
yeah.
I've got I've got two filters in the well house and one under the house.
4 minutes. We might actually make it.
Oh, oh, we're going to make it. Although I need to go down the hall. It's a little right down to the wire here. So I guess I'm just going to dance around in my chair.
Well, you can
Because
go
I would
down the
not get back
hall
in
and then
time.
start the bedtime story.
I will do
Yeah.
that, but and actually, about 2 minutes is going to be all I need for that particular shore. Hopefully, there's enough pressure built up. Uh, oh heavens! Well, I want to thank all three of you for being here and Dawn. It's always fun to be around all of you. Um, had fun on Stupid O'Clock. Had fun here. Uh, I wasn't the most rapid with new topics or anything tonight, but my mind has been kind of elsewhere. Too many responsibilities that I've been putting off. But
Yeah, well, like I said, Dan,
Yeah.
you've had a legitimate reason for being tired and a little less peppy than normal.
well, yeah, but you're going to get tired of me once I retire. I won't have anything else to do but be here.
Oh no,
Uh,
no, I think Lindsay will keep you a little busy though.
oh, she's got a honeydew list about 6 miles long right now, and she's still adding. Uh,
Yeah, well, that'll keep you busy, and
by the time by the time I finish that honeydew list, this 1,100 square foot house is going to look like Biltmore. Probably be built better.
well, especially if you build more onto it.
Mm, well, I've got to wait and see because I might actually inherit the family farmhouse,
Yeah,
which will entail moving 3 miles.
yeah, but
But
you keep that as a guest cottage.
yeah, and that will piss off the lady neighbor that's been wanting to buy it since my brother sold it to me.
Well, all the more reason to keep it, right?
Yeah, exactly, or burn it to the ground and
Yeah,
keep the bare dirt.
yeah. I
'Cause
still like the idea of a guest cottage,
yeah,
possible rental property to the right people.
I don't know about rental.
Well,
And
it would have to be the right people because that's
well,
one thing.
it's too small for my oldest daughter's family, and the rest of the kids either have their own place or they're too far away to worry about. I mean, nobody's going to move here from New Mexico or
It'd be good for them to come visit if you
Virginia.
don't have enough room at the big house.
Yeah.
Yeah, not enough room. That's more like Biltmore than this place. Seriously, it the family farmhouse is gigantic.
Oh, I didn't know. Like I said, I was just doing a little bit of speculating.
It's the best construction 1970s could provide.
Yeah.
And it's been improved ever since.
Well, it's probably a solid piece of structure.
One would hope so, as much money as was spent on it. All right, let's tell the bedtime story and say goodnight, and we shall see you anon.
Yep. Good night, everybody. Everyone. Go good, guys.
And thank y'all for being here. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome, Dan. Happy to be part of it.
Yeah.
Transmission overload. System will shut down. System will shut down. System will shut down.